podcasting, Minecrafting fool here, D. Lou, and
SG
the
Wiley.
the host of the most, SG Wiley. Just starting
Just
this
a recap.
barn. Starting this
Let's
barn.
recap on what we were talking about before we started recording.
Yeah, so quick recap of what the conversation was. We were talking about candy from foreign
Well, before that, we were talking about
countries.
beers.
Oh, we were talking about beers, yeah. We can get back into the beers. I really wanted to talk about this candy, because I'm a big candy nut. And I think that was
It all
kind of
started talking about oyster stouts and how they have a salty licorice flavor, and how salt and licorice go hand in hand. And it reminded me of a story of a friend of mine in the Marine Corps who was from Denmark. And he said, I don't understand why American kids like such sweet candy, and it's not, it's disgusting and this and that. So he surprised me and went to Denmark and brought back Danish candy, which basically was licorice, except it was really strong licorice rolled in like salt. So it was a salty licorice.
Which,
And
I mean, seems weird. It's the first time I heard of that. I was like, that's kind of strange.
Well, I can't picture a child enjoying it, but the kids go nuts for it over there.
Which was gonna bring me to my point. I was gonna say, if you were introduced to that and you didn't know what the sweet sugary taste of, like, I don't know, Swedish fish or
Pixie sticks.
yeah, like pixie, like just straight sugar, pixie sticks and sweet tarts and stuff like that.
I never liked candy as a kid. I never liked that kind of candy. I liked chocolate.
See, I'm a big, like, I like sour stuff.
I like sour gummies.
Yeah, sour gummies. But I think if I was introduced to, like, salty licorice as my first treat, and I was like little, it's like, oh, it's a treat, and then you constantly, I think your taste would just like the Denmark kids, that's all they know, and they taste something sweet like an American candy, and they're like, why would you eat this?
Well, he would also say stuff like, I don't know why Americans have so many flavors for their coffee. Why don't they like coffee-flavored coffee? And I was like,
silly Americans.
He's right. French vanilla,
yeah,
cinnamon,
hazelnut,
blueberry. In Dunkin' Donuts, blueberry, for God's sakes.
Yeah, man. They say that there's natural blueberry flavors in coffee.
In coffee? Well, coffee comes from a cherry. The fruit is called a cherry, and we're drinking the roasted seeds inside the cherry, the bean.
Yeah.
It's not an actual bean. It's like a cherry pit. So I could see if everybody could have that. I don't think my palate is that astute to pick out blueberry in coffee, but who knows?
See, I think I have a really astute palate. I like that word. And I don't pick up any of that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I
feel
mean,
like I want to try a social experiment where we could have somebody who poses. We should do this and record it.
yeah.
We should have a beer tasting and have someone who poses as a beer expert and have like a free class. And in the free class, you have people come in that don't know too much about beer and then say like, oh, this beer has hints of, and have like crazy flavors and try to get these people to agree that they taste that flavor.
Oh, I'm sure they will. There's actually which is something I didn't know until I got involved with the brewing industry, was that people that do craft beer judging, they actually are trained to resist smelling and tasting certain things that they're told are in it. So like if I say, oh wow, this is great, I get a lot of green apple. Now you as a judge, you're actually trained to not taste or smell green apple unless you actually pick it up.
Yeah, you're not subject to power of suggestion.
Yeah. Which is pretty, I mean, if you think about it, that's got to be really difficult, because there's been times where, like, I'll pick something up and I won't know what it is, and then someone will be like, oh, it's like a it actually happened to me with a wine one time. It was green pepper, green pepper in a wine, and when they said it, I was like, that's exactly what it is. And without them saying that, I don't think I would have been able to determine what it is.
Right.
And now that I know that when I taste that, that's a note of a green pepper. Which is it's pretty cool, man. It's an interesting world.
But I wonder how many people say they taste something just to not sound like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and if I was the beer taster, I would make it something crazy. Like I have these people, I'd be like, I'm tasting hints of almost like a GI Joe plastic. If you when you were a kid, you take like a Lego plastic. If you chew on a Lego, mixed with like
crayon
baseball, like a baseball leather, like a leathery baseball, like a baseball mitt.
You know what's funny? They actually do say that you taste leather in some wines. They what was the? What you're saying? You're saying what was the first sentence or taste you said before the leather?
Oh, I said Lego plastic.
Yeah. So oddly enough, not Lego plastic, but it made me think of what I taste in some Pinot Noirs that I try. I don't like Pinot Noirs from California, and I don't know why, but a majority of the time they all have this one distinct taste that I can't describe to anybody else in any other way as licking the bottom and or side of a fresh sneaker sole.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
And I say licking because like you're tasting it, but like you could smell that like that rubbery smell, and I associate that with something in Pinot Noirs from California, and I can't enjoy it.
Maybe it's like an ethanol kind of.
Maybe.
Like chemical.
Yeah, it's got to be. I've described it to one of the guys that was helping me.
Acetone.
Describe the green pepper, and I'm pretty sure he might have said something like ethanol or acetone, something along the lines of that. But I mean, it could be anything. I always think it's weird to think about that conversation of like how I taste chocolate and you taste chocolate might be two different things, but we both agree that it tastes like chocolate.
Right.
Same as like
same thing.
Colors,
yeah. Like,
yeah.
I could see it blue. You could see it as I see red.
Yeah.
But we're both looking at it and we both say, that's blue.
Yeah. And there's no way of anyone knowing, ever.
Ever. We could every single person can see blue I mean, it could be radically different, and we never know because we just agreed that's blue.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Dude, conversations that you can have about that are definitely meant to have after smoking a huge blunt.
and it doesn't help to say, well, blue like the sky. No, because they see that the same way too. What if the sky was red?
There's literally no way to describe it or break it down. That's what I was saying. Like even with
more philosophy than anything.
stoplights and stuff and like traffic lights, like that's all fine and dandy. But like a colorblind person, like they know that a vertical one, they know that the green is where the green is and the yellow where the yellow is. But if someone didn't tell you that they were colorblind, and you told them the order of the lights, they could tell you that's yellow.
Yeah.
But, and that's a weird. They're seeing it as gray. They're just seeing it as a different shade of gray.
Yeah, they just know the position.
Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're not seeing it as gray. They have the glasses now that help people that are colorblind see colors. So what the hell are they seeing? It's kind of cool. I'm actually blanking out on this barn. I put windows in it, and I don't even want to put windows in it because I don't. They only have those like little windows on the top that open, right?
What does?
Barns, don't they have barn? Don't they have just that it's like that big hatch on the top? I don't even know what that's for.
Oh, yeah. I just related to this guy because in the one town over from me, this business, and I forget what kind of business it was. It was like a garden center, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted to make their garden, or was it a garden center? Let me see here. Yeah, it's like a farm. It's like they have like farmers market, nursery, flowers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they wanted to launch a drive-in movie theater next month to help them make money during the pandemic. So this guy, the town shut it down. For what reason? I don't know. Who cares if they want to play a movie on the outside of their building and have people pull up and serve like little snacks? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Let people enjoy stuff. You know, it's a shitty time. So anyway, this guy goes, awesome. We don't want all these motor vehicles idling and polluting the air. There's enough of them already, and at least the COVID pandemic helped.
Why would they be idling?
Right. Well, here's the thing. At least the COVID pandemic helped to clean the air we breathe. I'm an avid runner and biker training for marathons and bike races annually. Hold on. And can really smell and breathe the difference in the air. Anything with cars just means more pollution. I'm sure if you live your life through a windshield and a sedentary lifestyle, you may not agree, but the air is still better today. Keep those motorists away. I wrote, yeah.
Get him!
Ready? Yeah. Cool way to let everyone know you're an avid runner and biker. Must be rough looking down your nose at all the lazy people living life through a windshield. I'm sorry, but that was the douchiest post I ever read. And I got 15 likes on it on the And then another guy goes, stop a business from having a drive-in movie theater because the air is cleaner when you run? Are you even serious? I'm embarrassed by your statement. And the person goes, they did have a guideline that cars must be off the entire time. A person goes, have you ever been to a drive-in? Cars don't idle. They're off. But you keep biking because New Jersey air is oh so clean and healthy, dummy.
Oh my god.
Alex, do you opt for the bike delivery option when you order something on Amazon? Do you carry groceries home on your bike too? Asking for a friend. Alex,
that's awesome.
Alex has never been to a drive-in, and it shows. So then my friend Chris goes, he tags me. Tom, this dude does take the douche participation of the hour. Avid runner and biker. Cool story, bro. I said, he's not a biker, he's a bicyclist. He goes, an avid cyclist. I said, it's like a pianist on a $6,000 bicycle. It's kind of like a pianist on a $6,000 bicycle. And with way less talent and an overinflated sense of entitlement to the road. I'm telling you right now, I hate bicyclists. I'm sorry.
Me and May too. Me and May too.
With their little
stupid
boots,
little shoes and their dumbass helmet and with their goggles and their fucking spandex. It's terrible. And they're always in the fucking way, man. They're always in the way. I don't care if they're in the bike lane, they're in the way.
You gotta drive in oncoming traffic to make sure you don't murder someone on the road because they're taking over too much of the lane.
Yeah, for real. And I've seen people get over like extreme, like into the other lane around bicyclists. I'm like, all right, that's crazy. Because you know what I like to do? I like to see if I can touch them with my side mirror.
Yeah.
Your elbows out too far? You better check your form, bicyclist.
And you know what? Yeah. An old friend, an ex-friend of mine, and you know who it is because it's the same person I had an argument with over
X-Men
hand sanitation. Huh?
Well, for some reason when you said ex-friend of mine, I thought of X-Men.
Oh.
like the in the office, the X-Men Academy that Dwight went to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But you know the one who like only commented on my posts when he was arguing with me, but never like anything positive. Anyway, he was an avid cyclist, and when he was going through, and he was the type of friend who, if you got into a hobby with him, like we got into paintball, we had a good time. We bought our $200 guns. We were in the woods playing woods ball. He had to buy like the $2,000 gun and become a like semi-professional and travel to like he never just he has to like go over the top of everything he does.
Yeah.
And so he probably spent about 10 grand. No lie.
God, jeez.
So anyway, he got into cycling, and he of course bought like probably a $10,000 bike.
Yeah.
And he joined a team. But listening to those guys talk was the weirdest thing ever. Because I was watching, like, he would post with his buddies, and it was like, oh, well, what's your I don't remember how they measure it. But they're like, what's the caloric output of your, I was running they have like these little meters, and they hook it up to their bike, and then they measure their muscle output and their
what?
I can't, and it was like the energy, how much energy did you generate in like eating certain foods, and like it was like so scientific of their whole bodies, and they wear like spandex like suits, and then like certain suits make them more aerodynamic.
You just talking about it makes me feel like you're a jerk off.
But then the worst part was, I know. I mean, it gets so bad that some of these guys, they keep their bike in like a dust-free chamber because dust will slow you down aerodynamically.
Oh my god!
And affect the bike.
What are they fucking? They think they're Lance Armstrong. That's why. That's what happens. They get it and they think they're Lance Armstrong instantly.
Right. And then like they post pictures of themselves, and like people be like, "Hey, nice package," like just joking with each other.
Yeah.
Which is fine, whatever. But they kept doing it, and I'm like, you guys keep joking about it though. So it's like
it's beyond. Yeah, it's beyond joking. Now you just want to ride behind somebody and watch them pedal.
It's weird, and to me,
that is weird.
It doesn't look fun.
What, biking?
Yeah,
I agree.
Biking's fun if you're on a bicycle on the boardwalk, or you're on a mountain bike just cruising. Not when you're sitting on the road worrying about your time, and like if you saw the gadgets and the things they hook up to their bodies to measure every little.
It's just it's nuts. It's nuts.
Stupid.
I will say this. I actually there's a guy that comes into my store, and I didn't know that. As far as I remember, I really don't. I'm not sure actually now that I'm saying it, but I don't remember him being like a bicyclist. Like I don't remember him doing that when I actually saw this post that he had. He had a post on one of those town pages, and I'm really irritated by it. I'm actually getting worked up thinking about how to say this because I don't think I can be politically correct at all. But anyway, there was something going on, some kind of conversation going on, and next thing you know, he makes a comment towards another person that I know. I'm not super friendly with them, but they're nice. They're an acquaintance. So anyway, the guy says something about the guy's economic status, basically calling him poor. Then he called out his race by calling him a Spanish slur. And
okay.
the S word. Yeah, it's the S word. It's the S word. I'm sure. I don't even know if. Like, I feel bad saying it, but then I don't at the same time because it's not in like the context that guy was saying it. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't say.
I'd rather not. But yeah. So I took upon myself to drop a line because I recognized the guy and I knew he shopped at the store, and he seemed like kind of like a pretentious prick. You know.
Right.
And I was like, no. Forget that, because the guy that he was talking about wasn't even on that page to defend himself or to even like comment back, and he was saying all these things about, oh well, he's a bad dad and he's poor and he's this and that, and I'm like, what? Who are you? And I went in and I was like, you're you're an asshole, and I just went off on the guy, and I was like, there's no room for racism in this room. I said, I'm actually leaving the group because I don't want to be a part of it.
Where
And
was this?
it was in some town. It was like a town group on Facebook or something.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, this is years ago too. This is like I didn't even like thinking about it now. I didn't even realize that those groups were around back then. Like this is like at least 8 years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. But I called him out, and I made sure he knew who it was, and I saw him in the store, and he was so uncomfortable around me. And I was like, good. That's how you should feel, because you're a racist asshole. And now, I'm not the only one that knows.
Right.
And no one was saying anything. No one said anything to the guy. And then when I went off on him, a bunch of people were commenting on it and liking it. And it's like, why is everyone so afraid to interject and put their part in?
People are non-confrontational.
It's
They don't like uncomfortable situations, so they just don't say anything.
I understand that, but it's like, how do you? I don't know. I couldn't let it slide. It was, and thinking about it now, today's world, it's, I guess, not any different. But he's a bicyclist and he's an asshole, and he comes in this stupid spandex and shit.
All the ones
shoes.
I've known, or all the ones that I've known of, rather.
Yeah.
But aside from my friend who I wouldn't put in this category, but most of the ones around this area are just incredibly rich. Like, it's like, oh, I like to cycle. When I'm not cycling, I like to ride my Ferrari around.
I drive my Porsche.
Yeah, it's those guys.
Yeah.
And I hate those car clubs with Porsches too. I like car clubs with classic cars from the 50s and 60s and 70s. I love that. I'll go to car shows all day.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the car shows with those exotic, like, Italian cars and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not shows. The shows are okay. They don't bother me. The car clubs.
You're talking about the people that just pull up and, like, different areas. Like, lots and stuff.
Yeah, because I was riding my motorcycle through this one really nice area. A lot of windy roads. It's a wide open road, and it was all like these cars like whipping around the opposite lane, coming towards me.
Yeah. And
crossing the yellow line. And I had to be really careful. Like, these guys are jerks. It's like there's people crossing the street. There's campers and hikers. Like, slow it down.
It's nuts, man.
Same thing though. Entitlement.
Yep.
It's like you think
it's okay because that's, I guess, what they've been doing for however long. I don't know.
It's all different levels of entitlement. Because if you look at with rich people, because if you watch on Netflix that Jeffrey Epstein documentary,
yeah,
there's a dude that was bringing underage girls to this island, and he threatened people. He's like, that he has so much power. He told this one lady, he's like, "Oh, you're having a baby, right?" And he was like, "Where are you having it?" And she didn't tell him. He goes, "You might as well tell me because I'll find out anyway." He goes, "And I know every doctor around here, and I'll make sure that, if something happens, in the delivery or something." He's threatening.
Wow.
And, like, these rich people like that have no scruples. They think that they can get away with anything. So this guy thought he could get away with having an island like that.
That's
well,
crazy.
He kind of did, because he got out of any kind of sentencing. He killed himself. Well, he didn't kill himself, but
Yeah, man. Yep. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a fucking, like I said, today's world. It's fun times. Fun fucking time. I want to get a shirt that says that. Fun fucking times.
It's like, dude, we're just starting to get out of a pandemic.
Yep.
And now we have riots.
Yep.
All over the country. We just finished. What's next? What are we gonna have?
I liked the meme. Did you see the meme that was circulating about it has like, I don't remember how far back it went. I think it went back to like 2000. It was like 9/11, then it skips forward and it keeps going, and I don't even know. Now I said 2000. Was that when 9/11 happened? I don't even remember.
Yeah, 2001, I think.
2001. Okay. It was 2000 and 2001. Anyway, um, I'm thinking in school year terms. The meme went on to say like pandemic, blah blah blah, whatever, and then it was like 2021 crab people emerge from the ocean, and like
Yeah.
2022 which you find out that they could turn into zombies or something. It just like went on and on. I was like, this is crazy.
Pretty accurate, probably. What bothers me is that we need a good spring and summer to help us get over just getting out of winter.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have that. So by the time, things start feeling a little bit normal, it's winter again and we're back in the house.
Yeah.
So we have to keep like a positive mental attitude until next summer. Because it's going to be crappy until then.
Well, I don't know about positive, but these these riots aren't going to help anything.
Well, I think thankfully that even when they happen, they don't last long. They really don't. I mean, even the LA riots after Rodney King didn't last long. And people are like, oh, it's happening in New York. Not on the scale that it was happening in Minnesota and stuff. There might be like one cop car set on fire. But it bothers me because it doesn't help anything.
No, it doesn't.
And what pisses me off is the poor guy who his life savings was he opened a bar and it was just destroyed. A black resident too, and it's like, you're supposed to be supporting each other. Stop with this.
Yeah.
And I get it if you want to burn down the police station. I get it if you want to burn down the city hall. I mean, I'm not supporting it. I don't think that accomplishes anything either. But at least that's where your anger is focused, not just like, let's destroy everything. That's not good to do. You're hurting other people in your community.
I saw someone posted a thing. It was like, you're not supposed to be destroying your community. You're supposed to be building it up.
Yeah.
It's like you're setting yourself back again, just like you mentioned in the LA riots and stuff. Like it's understandable. Like you said, they wanted to focus their energy, but you're destroying your home. You're destroying what people have built up, and it took however long to make and get to that point where they're at, and now you're just knocking it down.
If they focused it just on the police department, fine, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with destroying anything, but at least it makes more sense than screwing your own fellow citizens that probably support your cause, and now that person that supported you might not now.
Yeah, you might have lost that supporter.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
It took, like you said, he took his life savings to get where
My favorite were the guys that were looting the self-checkout with hammers, trying to open up the self-checkout lane. You do realize that most of those people pay with credit card, and there's probably maybe $200 in there.
Yeah.
And all the work they were trying to bang into it, it's not worth it.
Nope. No, it is not.
It's like, dude, it's not an ATM.
No. They would have been better off trying to get the ATM.
Right. It's so stupid. And here's the thing too. A lot of the people I saw rioting were white people.
Which is
I saw one lady. It was funny. It was like a video meme.
Yeah.
And this white lady was running out of the store with 2 lamps, like regular end table lamps, and they said, "Damn, everything else must have been gone, huh?"
She must have really wanted those lamps.
Dude, there was nothing left, and she's like, "Well, I need something for free," and she took lamps.
God. That's so ridiculous.
Because the first thing was like the electronics were probably ravaged.
Oh yeah, they're probably wiped.
So go to the home goods section. They weren't even nice lamps. They were like little. I'm telling you right now, I'd be surprised if they were more than like $20 or $30 a piece.
Wow.
I was like, good. I hope your face is on camera, and I hope you get charged with theft. And all it was 2 $20 lamps. And plus, it goes to show you, it has nothing to do with justice. You think she gives it? She doesn't care about what happened.
Fuck. She just wanted free shit.
Yeah, these people are opportunistic.
Yep.
But I saw a really good video too, of this black dude he's like standing in front of a crowd, and this other black dude was trying to loot something, and he stops him and grabs him by the collar. And he starts yelling at him, And basically what was said was, that's not what we're here to do. And he basically kept it like, listen, it was an older black dude, like with comments, like he was just like he's seen the thing, like he knows what he wasn't older he hasn't seen like the civil rights movement older, but he was like in his 40s,
Yeah.
mid late 40s.
He's seen some stuff.
He's got wisdom behind us, because he's been around for a while. But he basically told the guy, that's not what we're doing. I mean, he can't stop everybody, but at least he.
Hey man.
Because there is a movement behind it, and I support it 100%.
That's more. He did his part more than other people.
Right. I'll always condemn rioting and looting, but I support that movement.
Well, it's like it's like Robin Hood, man. You steal from the rich and give to the poor. It's not you steal from whoever and keep for yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the justification behind it's not there. But man, that I don't know what to think anymore with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I tell Bri all the time. You can't make everyone happy, and even when you do make a majority of people happy, they're gonna find something else to bitch about.
Always.
Like you make them happy with one thing. We actually, funny little thing is we have a sign that it's not our sign. It's not even our sign. It's just for the building. There's a sign for an ATM. There's no. Jeez, I can't get my throat clear. There's no ATM in the building or any of the stores that are there. There was,
right,
but they've all since then been removed, and the sign remained up, and we've just had an absurd amount of people asking where the ATM is. And it's really weird because we never had that many people asking for it, but now we do. And I was like, why don't they take it down? And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, it doesn't even matter if they take it down, because you take it down, and then the next thing you know, they go, well, I like this sign, even though it has nothing to do with it. It's like you find one,
right.
You find one solution, like let's just take down the sign. That way, no one asks about it anymore. And then they're like, oh no, I don't even mind that the ATM's not there. I just I enjoyed the sign. It was aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
It's just there's no winning. There's no winning. But whatever. That's why I kind of like I'm like over trying to think of there's no solution to a lot of this stuff.
No. That's why I just sit there and ride my motorcycle and mind my own business.
For real.
It's like that meme that I like where the guy, it's like a huge house, like a huge fire, like a store fire in the background.
Yeah.
This little kid riding a swing set and is like, this is the level of minding my own business I'm on right now.
Oh yeah, it's in the background and he's just standing there.
He's just swinging on a swing set, just not even looking at anything. There's a huge fire ripping behind him. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
For real. That's not even joking. That's like
that's the one advice I can give anybody that never ever failed me is minding my own business. It's the best advice.
Yeah, for real. It really is. I put up the structure. I started the structure of this barn, and I put these like big bulky stupid doors on the front, and I don't like them. I decided that I think I'm going to use another material for that.
Okay.
And I just looked at it and I was like, this literally looks like one of those, the drawings that the kid became a little famous on, and the dad recreated the drawings of the animals.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that, like, oh, these are the barn doors, and it's like, it's a whole block of, like, you wouldn't be able to slide it. That's how much wood would be there. It's like stupid heavy. It just looked way too big. I I got a plan for it though. It's gonna look a lot better. I probably won't start it now, but I got a plan. I don't even know if I have the material to make that right now.
The
Oh,
heck is
so
that?
I never told you what I found.
Oh, what?
So it's on the last episode. I took off in search of jungle wood because I thought that jungle wood would be a nice material for the barn. And
Right.
I haven't seen any jungle land, so I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna do birch and the spruce. It'll be good. It looks good. And on my way, I stumbled across a weird, like almost like Thailand-esque shed that was on the water in the middle of nowhere.
That's weird. A shed?
It's just like a shed. It was on posts, and there was no way to get in. I had to actually build a platform to get up to it. And I'm like, what the hell is in here? Before I built the platform, I was like, what the hell's in here? Next thing I know, a witch drops down. And I started getting hit. I started getting the bottles thrown at me, and I'm like, oh my god. So I took off. I kept going. I was like, oh, marshland. I found marshland, and there was a little village on the, when you hit land. And I started raiding the place. I found some cool stuff. I got slime along the way. I picked up slime
Hmm.
balls. I managed to get emeralds.
Oh, cool.
I believe I picked up melon seeds that I planted at the farm. Trying to think what else I found. We got one melon here. One melon grew. This one's not gonna grow, so I might as well take this one out. Or actually, you know what? I think it grows when you harvest that. Um, what else did I find? I got when I oh it was what the heck? I can't think of the name of it. It is a table, a work table of sorts. Um, oh, was it a oh, the brewing stand. I found two brewing stands and another saddle. I found another saddle. I was like, oh, it's pretty good haul. As I'm leaving, I realized it was dark, and I was like, you know what? I need to stay the night. So what did I do? I hit a villager out of his bed. I was gonna kill him, but then he ran away, and I was like, oh, I'll just let him run away. No big deal. I need your bed. So I slept. I wake up. I go out. I start walking. I was like, oh, cool, a golem. Next thing I know, the golem hits me. One swipe dead. One swipe dead. And thankfully I slept in the bed right there, so I respawned in that bed and popped up, and everything was fine. I got all my gear back, but I was like, man, that sucks. So the golem, I was thinking we really should get a golem to protect the. I mean, I know that's what they're for, but we should try to make one or create one. I don't really know how to do it, but we should definitely get one for the farmland, and we should get one for the base, because if something hits us, it's like a dog, but
Oh,
stronger.
yeah.
And so anyway, after that, I got my stuff back, and I had to go back, and the witch's hut's there. The witch is still floating in the water, obviously, because the witch can't go back up. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna attack the witch. I attacked the witch. It hit me with poison. I went down to a half a heart of life and survived.
Huh.
Then I go check out the inside, and I found I think I killed the witch, and I got glowstone dust, and there was
Okay.
also a cauldron in there. So I picked up a cauldron. Um, then I head back, and I get back to the place, and I see that there's a creeper. I'm like, oh man, there was also a skeleton. And I managed to get the skeleton to kill the creeper and
Oh, really?
I got the record. I got the record. It's in the
That's cool.
it's in the chest. It was it's the one titled Wait. The song's titled Wait, and so the next mission is now we have to find a diamond because that's the only way to make a record player. You need a diamond.
For the needle, probably.
So yep, that's gonna be the next. That's the next mission there.
That's cool. I'll find diamond.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
pretty good at finding diamond.
Yeah, so I think it's one diamond, and I think you just put wood around the diamond, like a chest. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back. May actually just messaged me talking about like um a meme that has the Homer Simpson picture where he's like doy,
Yeah.
and it's saying something like, "Oh, look at me! I robbed a Target because of racism."
Right.
I was like, yeah. We got a strong pull, bro. We got a strong pull for a new episode of podcasting. We gotta get back on that horse.
Yeah, we do.
Even though technically this is kind of a different form of podcasting. It's a different different media.
Yeah, we have to do it. We have to do it. It's
We
just
do.
harder to do.
It's I tried explaining to him it's different not being in front of each other and talking.
Right.
You know, like yeah, we could talk right now, but we're literally just having like our conversation that I don't know. It just doesn't seem it's not the same atmosphere as having
Well, plus we don't have a monitor in front of us where we can look at videos and laugh about them.
yeah, there's nothing like the podcasting.
No.
One of these horse just made a noise, and it was really
The horse?
horse. Yeah, the horse. It made a noise, and I didn't realize it made that noise. Noise. I'm really pumped to do this barn and keep going, but I don't have it in me right now.
I'm making my entrance to the castle.
Nice.
I don't even know if it's centered. Of course it's not.
Do I have fence for this? I wonder if I have fence for this. You know what I really? Oh wait, you know what? I think you can now. I was gonna say, you know what I really don't like is when the gate is the same color as the fence, because then like
Oh yeah.
even though you
You
know
can't
where
find
it
it.
is, you can't find it. It's so much better having just a slightly off color gate. So I have that might be enough. Every time I start a world on Minecraft, I have this great idea of making a museum, which I think came about when me and Lucas were playing, to do a museum of all the firsts that you found. Like put a section in there for all the first items that you got of a certain thing. You
Oh
keep them
yeah.
there. And I really want to do a museum, and it's gonna be the best when it happens.
That'll be cool.
It's not gonna have the first. It's not gonna have the first items, but I think there'll be other things that'll be pretty cool. You know.
I made a mistake on my castle here. I gotta fix. The I call it a turret. The thing that stands higher on the castle.
Yeah.
The one I built first is on the outside of the castle square. Of the square of the castle, it sits on the outside. And the one I was building on the other side, I started building it as if it was going to be part of the square. So I have to knock down the floor that I put because it's not part of it. But how does that work though? Oh yeah, because it's going to be a standalone. The turret doesn't have like the turret's not part of the body of the castle. It's not part of the square. It sits on the outside. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like it's a separate entity, but it's together still.
Right.
It's attached to it, but it's not.
Right. It's not part of the
actual structure.
It's a square or more of a rectangle, and then the turrets are on the outside of the rectangle as opposed to just sitting inside of it. Like if you zoomed, if you were straight ahead looking down.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a square. I want it to be a square with four.
Yeah, like if you were to construct like a table, you wouldn't put. Well, I mean, I guess you would. I can't use that as a reference. I know what you're saying though. It comes to a point, and then it's on the it rests on the outside of that. So it's not a perfect rectangle or square, because that's boring. Adds a little dimension to it.
It'll be a rectangle with like four squares on the outside of it.
You saying four square? So I had a. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! You gotta be shitting me right now. I hate when I do something and then I have to take it back up because one thing's one way.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I placed fence down on grass that I turned into a path, and it turned into dirt. Right? Then I was like, oh, I could probably do the same thing, just place it on grass. It'll probably kill the grass. That's not the case though. It doesn't kill the grass. You have to make it path first, and then when you put a path down and you put the fence on top, then it makes it the dirt.
Right.
I would have just kept it grass if I didn't know that was the case. Anyway, back to what you were saying when you said Foursquare. Have you ever played Foursquare when you were younger? Or Two Square? With the you play it with a kickball?
Mm-mm.
It's probably one of the best games that's never. It's for some reason it's like I never see it played in gym. I never saw it like played anywhere except for when I went to the I went to a summer camp at the Y. That's the only time I've ever seen it, and it's just such an awesome game. You just use parking spaces, and that's the boundary lines for the game. You can hit it with your hand however you want, and you have to. It's basically just like you're the ping pong paddle.
Right.
And there's all different different serves, and then when you play Foursquare, it's obviously 4 squares, and it adds just such a different aspect. It's to it. It's fun, man.
Huh. Maybe I did play. I just don't remember. Who knows?
The world may never know.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I made a good amount of fence. I was like, it's probably enough fence. It's probably enough. And then putting it in, it wasn't enough fence.
Worst thing is trying to find a place to get food for because it's anniversary today, so it's hard to. It's like you want
To
to
like go. Yeah, you can't go out on a date somewhere. Yeah.
You can't go anywhere, so it's like.
I was telling Bri that I didn't.
Going out to eat.
I was just gonna say that, man. I miss the atmosphere. I really do, and I didn't think I was going to, but then I realized like it's not just a part of like a routine or something, you know. Like we used to go to the one pancake house by us on Sundays, and we can't.
It's like I even miss other people because I went to this.
I don't.
I went to this. Well, I thought I wouldn't, but I miss just going somewhere and having a waiter or like a server come up and like, hey, what's up? Well, I'll take this and that. Just like the interaction, like
Yeah.
I miss like instead of being like, I'll take this, and I don't know, it's weird. I went to this one place to do a delivery and it was a really cool burger place, Bear Burger it's called, and it reminds me of like vacation. That's what it feels like when you're inside. It's just like there's a cool bar and there's good music playing. It just feels like you're somewhere else. But I was like, man, they got cocktails to go and stuff. But I just miss sitting at the bar and ordering a cocktail and have it come to me and just have it there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's weird. It's weird times.
So now we have to find a place to eat. But, probably just watch a movie and maybe clean up a little bit around here so it looks presentable and have like just a dinner here. It's gonna be kind of hot out today, so it's gonna be like 80 something, 82.
It's cooking. I gotta leave these ACs running so this beer doesn't go bad. What really sucks is I was a little congested this morning when I got up, per usual, this time of year for me. It cleared up, but now I've developed like a slight sinus headache, and I'm like, can I catch a break? I gotta go to work, and I got this stupid sinus headache, and it's like, I just want to feel okay.
Yeah.
There's so much to ask, man, just to be able to like, I don't know. It's too much to ask. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's I'm gonna send you something on Instagram. I don't know if you ever heard. I'm pretty. I don't know if you ever heard that I'm pretty much into craft beer and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of a company called Aslan? Aslan Beer Co.
No.
So they're a pretty cool company. I've been following them on Instagram for a little while on the bestsellers Instagram, and they're out of Virginia. But anyway, they have a beer called Baby Shark, and I gotta send you the artwork. It's great how they incorporated their logo. They used their logo as a worm on a hook.
Oh, really?
And they have the other part of it is the shark coming in to bite it, but it's just the way that they use their logo. I have an appreciation for that stuff too.
Yeah.
Because of being involved with advertising and stuff. That was pretty badass.
Oh man.
That's how I feel, man. Just that noise.
I took off of deliveries today just because I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, did you end up? Oh, Dude, I didn't even tell you the. Oh my! I didn't even tell you this. I watched that movie Missy.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It is
It was,
ridiculously good. I was
dude.
dying
How,
laughing.
how funny was it with Rob Schneider? First of all, spoiler alert. I'm not going to sit here and hold back spoilers
No,
to our listeners. So
no.
stop here and watch it, and then come back to this if you know when he's testing the regulator for the water.
Oh, that
The
was great.
scuba.
That killed me.
He's like,
That killed me. Yeah. And he's spraying it, and he puts his mouth on it again. Oh my god, that was.
he's like, get there. He's like, yeah, okay, good. He's like, oh, good. I just put that in my mouth. Okay, great.
That was definitely one of the funniest parts in that. But I lost it when the cliff jump happened.
Oh,
I
yeah.
lost it. And normally, I was telling May, I was like, I don't find fall humor funny a lot of the times. But I just,
No,
for some reason, I just couldn't. I could not hold it back. It got me. It got me, man.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, the whole movie was incredible, and I kept confusing the lead actress. I don't even. They kind of are like geeky dorky in the same kind of way, but they don't look
Right.
anything alike when I actually went in. The lady from Reno 911.
Oh yeah.
I was like, they could be like sisters or
No, you know
even.
who she reminded me of? The lady from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, big time, man. That's I thought I saw her in something else, and I couldn't. I think I looked up what else she was in, and it was one of the other things that I saw her in, but I just couldn't. I couldn't believe it wasn't the same person. I was like, that has to be the same person, right? And it wasn't.
It's funny they do a good job too with making you like her eventually, in a way.
Oh yeah, yeah, they did a really good job of that. Because at
You know, I
first you're
never
like, what the
expected
hell is
that.
going on? No, the movie was really good. I was
He's
just
getting a
saying
handy. He's getting a handy
that
on the
waking up
plane.
to the
He
handy.
wakes up,
He woke
and
up
she
to
was
the
like,
handy.
I forgot what she said to him, but I lost it. And she's like, she was like, "What a way to wake up!" It was some kind of line she said.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So don't worry, everybody's sleeping. He's sleeping. He's not watching.
Yeah, and then the guy hands him the hands him the newspaper or the magazine.
That was great.
That was good. That was a good scene. And she said something about it taking 40 minutes. I was laughing when that's.
It's funny too because I went into that with no expectation. I was like, whatever. I mean, David Spade is
I've been really
funny.
disappointed with comedies recently, so that was a breath of fresh air.
He's not laugh out loud funny
No,
in a way,
no, he's
but he was
not.
great. He was great.
Yeah, he actually he crushed it, man. And like I honestly don't think I remember laughing that hard at something David Spade's been in since probably Joe Dirt.
Tommy Boy. Oh,
Well,
whatever
well
one
before that was Tommy Boy. So he's good for like a hit every 10 years or so.
Well, he was good as the straight man. He was the guy who was just like, very like just deadpan,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like
Oh, you
straightforward.
know what? I'm wrong. I'm wrong. He was good in Grown Ups too.
Oh, I have to watch that again. I'm gonna watch that.
You
I just
definitely got to
thought
watch that. That's a
he was
good.
good as the straight man opposite Chris Farley. I thought all the time.
Oh,
They were
definitely.
just opposites as far as um, almost like how Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Yep.
Martin and Lewis was straight, straight guy and a funny guy. But also another comedy that I like. I'm not sure if you've seen it, and I watch it a few times. I've seen it a few times now. Is watch Blended.
Blended.
I love that movie with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. And he goes on a date, and he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin it. He's kind of like a jerk, but then in other words, they get forced to go on this couples retreat together with their families. Do they both have kids? No. Oh yeah, they both have kids, and it's called blended because they're blending their family together. But I'm telling you right now, my favorite part in the whole thing. Well, there's two actors that I like, and one of them, and they're not big parts at all, but they crack me up. Is Terry Crews,
Mm-hmm.
and there's another actor that I'm not going to mention, but it's funny. I'll see what you think. Watch it. It's definitely worth watching.
I'll definitely check it out. I'm all about any Adam Sandler movie.
I feel like that movie to me was all about the ensemble, not so much the main actors.
Which also can make something really worthwhile.
Yeah, it was great.
I think I'm gonna log because I gotta get ready for work.
All right, I'm gonna just log too because I have to figure out where we're gonna get some food later today.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thanks.
Hope you guys have a good one. I know, like you said before, it's kind of crummy times for
Yeah, we'll
something
figure
like
it out.
that, but I'm sure you'll have a good time regardless. All right.
That's it.
Yeah,
Why we can out.
it's been real.
All right. Hopefully we'll do podcasting soon. Everyone
Yes.
stay tuned. It's gonna happen eventually.
Stay tuned. Eventually.
All right, later.
Peace.